And we are live.
We are live.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, I say we're live.
Are we
I know.
live?
I think we are. Let me check some stats. We're on. We're online.
Yay.
We're talking.
And we're on time.
Nearly.
Sort of.
Ish. We're nearly
Don't
late.
mention.
Right, all right.
We're
You can't
running-
have everything right.
No,
No.
we're in. New studio,
Yeah.
new lights. I don't know if you can tell.
What do you think?
Before,
New background.
new background,
New light.
posh light,
Mm-hmm.
same old fart,
Yeah.
same lovely not so farts. And we're in. So we're messing about today and we're playing around with a bit of new technology, trying to stay on top of chat because you know how good I am at that. So
He's very good at the talking, not so
He
good at the
is.
listening.
no,
Yes.
I am trying to do it on an iPad at the moment with a mobile keyboard, but my chat's not coming up, so I'm going back to
The laptop.
the
The
laptop,
laptop.
version 2.
But what would our live stream be without technical issues?
It wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
the
our
same,
live
would
stream, would it,
it?
for
It
starters?
wouldn't be the same at
Right,
all.
let me go through the chat. Royat says good afternoon. David
Hi.
Roberts, 3 cheers for the new studio.
Thank you.
E-stim systems are in the house.
Hi.
Yay! What's for you? Huzzah! We like huzzah.
We like us
Danny Venmer, good evening. I presume that's good evening. He's as good at typing as I am. John Williamson, love the new studio. How's the move going? Yeah. This
This side.
This
Looks
looks brilliant.
amazing.
Yeah, from this side.
that side not so good.
Yeah.
But
There's-
we're getting there.
Yeah.
Once we've collapsed all the boxes on the other
I know,
side, then
yeah.
it won't be so bad.
The problem with buying new things like lights and that is packaging
Yeah.
and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
This looks amazing, so...
We're happy.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
Hopefully
you
the-
like it as much as we do.
The sound is clear.
Yeah.
The video's clear. The lighting's a bit better than our old place. The internet is much better.
Oh yeah.
So touch wood, hopefully we'll get through today without getting kicked offline.
And I'm waiting for somebody to comment about the floating electrodes in the background.
They do look floating,
They're
don't
magical electrodes.
they? And they are hefty E-stim systems electrodes.
Yeah.
They
Of
won't be
course.
doing any floating anytime soon.
No.
No. What we got? Roy, that's hi David. David Roberts, hi Roy. Oh, it's getting
Oh, getting personal.
Getting-
Ooh.
we like that. We like that. We all get on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week.
Yes.
We've been focusing here. Tomorrow's main effort is 2 desks that you can't see over there. We're going to be setting up some podcasting kit and experimenting and playing around because we're going to very soon going to be doing podcasts.
Yeah.
And talking of podcasts, we can highly recommend the one from E-stim Systems.
Definitely.
2 links at the top, take a note of those, that's their shops. At the bottom though is their I Make Sex Toys podcast, which is absolutely fascinating.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
It's so informative.
I'm going to put the camera back on, but come back and make a note of that link because it is really, really good. You get their history, the background, trials and tribulations, and there's a lot of information about a lot of the problems they come up against bringing out new kit, and we can relate to all of it. So yeah, highly recommended. Check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else have we been doing this week?
Well,
Well,
you know how last week I told you off
yeah,
for trying to reveal something
yeah,
when we
Too
said we
soon.
wouldn't?
yeah,
Well, we've got some news to share with everyone.
yeah.
So we've been getting a lot of good feedback about our Jet Set,
Jet Set
Willy.
Willy. Jet Set.
But we had a couple of people ask about if they've got Prince Albert, will it work? Go on.
But
What?
Dave Roberts says, looks fantastic. Stuntcock's getting very clever with all the switches. No, Stuntcock just keeps going
He just
until
keeps pressing
he makes
different
something
buttons.
work. And generally it involves using a variable pressure applicator, which is good engineering term.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. John Williamson, perfect sound and picture, bad signal interruption, very professional. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully the next bit that we're going to kink into does look a bit professional because we're always trying to up our game to make things clearer, more interesting. And it's a long, slow slog.
Yeah,
I mean, this is number 45,
I think so.
and hopefully
I've lost
we're
track.
going to get through this without setting anything on fire, the
Touch
studio
wood.
collapsing, which has happened
And
before.
the internet working.
Touch wood. Right, so Jet Set Willy has been incredibly well received, and they've been flying off the shelf.
Yeah, and the good news is we should be getting our batch 1
Batch 1 has been
arriving this
middle
week.
of next week, I think.
Yeah.
It's been made. It's now on its way from you know where.
Yeah.
So hopefully by middle of next week, batch 1 should be here. And that is going to be those sizes, 40, 45, 49 and 53 mil. The next batch that we put in, we're going to bring the smaller one in as well.
Yeah. And we'll be getting new sizing sets in with this batch as well.
Yep.
So if you haven't already got one and you want one, they will become available.
Uh-huh.
But we've got something else to share.
We have. Should we do
Can we
it?
show the picture?
Yeah, go to close-up cam. Close-up cam.
Go close-up cam.
Oh, she's got to do a tap dancing thing. There we go.
There we go.
Right, you can explain that lot. I'm going to check on the chat.
Okay, so as I was saying before, while Stuntcock was reading the chat, we've had several people asking about if they've got a Prince Albert, would Jet Set Willy work? And we're like, well, obviously not. So we decided to open it up so that people who have got a Prince Albert can use one. This one we're calling the...
Safety helmet.
The safety
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah. Because it looks like a bit of a bicycle helmet
Yeah,
for your helmet.
with a handle.
Yeah.
So you'll notice this one's a little bit more lightweight on its packaging at the back.
Yeah.
So it's basically that you can see there, it's got a bar, and that is so that you can hold a strap, and I'll go into that in a minute. And there's a little loop on the end for crocodile clip.
Yeah.
So we will be supplying crocodile clips with this, as well as a strap.
Yep.
And that way it'll be easier for you to hold on to it.
She's crashed. I thought you crashed then. I thought we had to control alt delete you.
Don't say that.
You go to the task manager and restart the Joanne.
So we are going to be supplying these elasticated Velcro straps.
I've got to interrupt.
Well, go on.
Danny said it's all about the buttons and knobs. Oh yeah. And
Oh, yeah. The more buttons, the more he
Royata
likes
said,
it, yeah.
I hope Sabah is feeling better now.
I am. I'm slowly getting there. So
She's not out of the woods
Thank
yet,
you.
but
yeah,
every day she's
it
a little
means
bit
a
better.
lot. So thank you.
And we dragged her anyway, get some work
He
out of her.
does. Yeah.
It's got to be done. Anyway, back to our normal programme.
Yeah, so the safety helmet will be spraying with one of these, which is an elasticated Velcro strap. So you literally just loop it through the
bar at the top.
bar at the back,
So
strap it down, and it'll hold it in place.
for a nice snug fit. And that is a result of a picture that Dave put online.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you for that.
Thank you, Dave.
He's using a band just to make sure it stays in place properly. So we thought, well, let's run with that. Tweak the design slightly so we now have a strap to hold everything in place.
Yeah.
So that hopefully is going to be quite a nice solution to that.
So there's going to be the two options, and those will be arriving with batch 1 as well.
Everyone's on
Sweet.
about knobs and buttons now.
Oh,
Yeah, including E-stim system, you never have too many knobs and buttons. And John, the more knobs and buttons, the better.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of truth to be said with that. I like control boxes that have physical knobs.
What do
Or
you mean,
buttons.
just control boxes? You like anything.
I like twiddling
with,
things.
You like anything with 6 million buttons on
He
it.
does.
Well, yeah. No, but what I'm saying is I prefer a knob over just a little smooth button.
Yeah, I know.
No,
right?
if you've got lubed
Yeah.
up fingers, like,
Yeah.
having a big chunky knob is a lot easier to operate
It is.
than using
Definitely.
buttons. And if, for instance, you're using something like Coyote and you're using your trusty phone, you don't want to be rubbing
No.
lubed fingers all over
No,
your
you
phone.
don't.
So I do like the old school stuff. And we got some boxes there
Yeah.
from a certain supplier. Although one's in there from another supplier as well. We're equal opportunities where it comes to E-stim control boxes. But we do like
We tried to.
Twiddling
We
things.
tried to.
we
Yeah.
do. So yeah, they're going to be pretty nice.
Yeah.
The Jet Set Willies flew off the shelf. The ones we had, we've got more
We
coming.
couldn't believe how fast the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so we've now got the safety helmet coming as well.
I do like.
Guess who
Hopefully-
named that one?
Yeah, well, you got to do your neck strap up.
Yeah.
That's why it's got a strap. Safety helmet
Safety first.
when you go for a ride.
Literally.
But yeah, they're coming.
I must admit that we did actually think we should bring our safety helmets in.
We did.
We did.
Yeah, we could have done with it
Because-
early when one of them panels fell down. But
Yeah.
enough said about that. So I think we do need hard hats. With the sizes, I just go to a little sizes. Yeah, the sizes down the bottom there. At the moment, they haven't got the open front.
No.
You know, they're just a solid model of the glands.
Yeah.
So we're looking at in future maybe doing a version of the sizes as well if you do have a Prince
Which
Albert.
has an open front.
Yeah, so you don't have to take that out to get yourself
Yeah.
sized up.
It's purely the fact that we were placing the order for the Jet Set
and we need
Willies,
to get them in quick.
and we needed to get in quick, and we literally went, do you know what, shall we just order these? And we were like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
that's the problem with outside agencies.
Yeah.
It increases your lead time for everything you do.
Yeah.
You know, at the moment, when we 3D print things, you can come up with an idea, sit down with Fusion, within an hour or two, you've got a working model. And then with an hour or two, it's in your hand.
Yeah.
And you can then tweak the design and go to the next iteration. When you're dealing with another company, the tasks that took you hours now take you weeks.
Yeah.
In getting a prototype back, and then
Yeah.
that needs changing, and then you repeat the cycle. There's a really interesting podcast on the E-stim systems one. I make sex toys, and they go into great depth how long it takes to bring a product out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how many steps, and how many times you have to go back to the beginning. And it's like one step forward, two steps back sometimes,
Or three.
or three or four in our
Yeah.
cases, or you
Yeah.
fall down the whole stairs. Pick yourself up at the bottom, dust yourself off, and start again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So yeah, the metal stuff we can't make in-house.
No.
The machines for that, hundreds of
Oh,
thousands of
way
pounds.
Yeah.
out of our price range.
And the other problem with 3D printing, the metals that we use in the 316L stainless steel, it's almost like talcum powder,
Yeah.
and that is really, really bad if you breathe
Yeah.
it in. Once it's been welded, it's solid metal, and it's like any other 316L stainless steel product. But the manufacturing process is actually inherently dangerous. And so we're quite happy to outsource that to someone that knows what they're doing
Yeah.
and has got all the right equipment. And
And
we,
besides, with them knowing what they're doing and
Yeah.
that, you know,
They're gonna
they're
get
the
it right.
ones who produce such a fantastic thing for us.
yeah, close up, close up,
Does it go?
Oh,
close up,
fine.
close up. We like close up clamps. So look at that. They are really, really nice. It's quite amazing how 3D printing technology is coming on now. And the beauty of additive manufacturing is we can do designs that you can't make in any other way. And there's a lot less waste of materials as well. So you're not
Yeah.
starting with a big block of metal and then removing bits to get
Yeah.
what you want. You start off with a base material and you use the metal you want. And the powder that isn't fused, a certain part of it can be reused.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of recycling in the manufacturing process as well. But that finish, I think, is
Yeah.
amazing.
That's it.
It's not smooth, and that has a number of advantages. One, it holds lube, so keeps electrogel there very, very well. And from our perspective, it looks 3D printed, you know, and we
Yeah.
want to keep that look. I mean, we could spend a lot of time filing and sanding and all the rest of it to make it smooth, but
Yeah.
It would. I think it would ruin.
I
the whole
think that's
look.
got a beauty all on its own.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
With the matte finish that it's got, it looks really, really nice. So I'm going to shut up now and start reading chat.
What do you mean? Shut up, you.
Yeah,
You?
no, it doesn't happen often, does it?
No, not very often at all.
Roy, 1 week Stunt Cut might find buttons connected to E-stim. Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
All my time programming these silly things. Very nice you put idea in practice. Yep. You know how scary PA getting out yourself is. I'm just scared of the whole PA thing. But yeah, I can imagine taking one out and putting it back in is not going to be a fun job. So I think we'll go ahead and do some sizing sets
Yeah.
with the open front, because that
Yeah.
just gives flexibility
Yeah.
and keeps everybody happy, and that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
John Williamson, product testing, safety testing, the amount of work goes into these things is amazing and takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It does
That's
take
it.
a lot of time. The iterative process to bring something to market is long and lengthy.
Yeah.
And generally with the 3D printed stuff, we can condense that because we do it all in-house.
Yeah, but when
But
it's
this stuff-
outsourcing,
But when you're
Yeah.
outsourcing
There's
it,
nothing we
well,
can
it's
do.
time and money because it costs
Danny
obviously.
has said matte is nicer, and they're a fantastic product from David. We're getting some good feedback
Yeah, we
about
are.
them. They give a very smooth sensation, and as long as you get the sizing right, and that's
They
the
stay,
critical thing.
They stay on.
Yeah, and there's something that I heard online the other day. The Urania glands electrode. He's the first guy that produced one of these out of
Yeah.
various metals.
yeah.
He's using a print-on-demand service called Shapeways. Now they're folded,
Oh.
so they are in
Oh,
receivership at
yeah.
the moment, and it looks like they're going under. Which is he's going to have to find a new way of marketing his, which is a bit sad.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. These machines are so expensive. You know, you've got to be a really big company to generate the turnover of products to make them pay,
Yeah, that's it.
because you know it's an expensive material to be working in and processes.
Well, it's all the safety equipment and everything else as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We can get these made in aluminium as well, and we're looking into that. But the problem with the aluminium is the spec on it is just a lot of letters and numbers, and we need to do a lot of research
To
on
make
that
sure
blend of aluminium
it's
to make
safe.
sure that it's going to be body
It's
safe.
safe.
Yeah,
Whereas that material, the 316L, is
yeah,
fairly well respected stainless steel.
that's it.
Yeah, and just the finish on it is absolutely fantastic. So that's two Glanz electrode products. We have got some ideas for doing some other things. I'm not going to go into too much detail now. We'll do some iterations on what we've got planned and then let people know. Because one of the worst things we can do, and we've done it in the past, is you come up with the best idea, you create a prototype, and then you tell people about it, and then it's something that you actually can't really put into production because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And it leaves a bitter taste in some people's mouths.
Yeah, sometimes it's just physically not possible, or
Yeah,
doesn't work,
and if
or
you're
it's not
Yeah.
looking
safe.
at an
or-
example of how not to manage the
Yeah.
release of a new product, just look at the kink box,
Yeah.
the Deep by Kink. Oh, it's not called that anymore. That's been in the works now for 3 to 4 years, and it's all gone quiet again.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of people that have paid up front for that and have got nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people getting really upset, and the features are getting rolled back. It's not what was originally promised. So
And they would be, if you paid for a product.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, that's it. You
yeah.
pay for a product.
there is an
upfront, you
argument
expect
to
get-
keep your mouth shut until it's ready to launch.
Yeah,
I think that's the best.
But
I think-
I'm just too much of a gobby
Yeah.
shiny.
we're learning that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
we are. But we're striving. One thing that we do is we try to improve.
Yeah.
And just constantly we listen to feedback. For us, negative feedback is actually more important than positive feedback.
'Cause
Positive
how-
feedback, we've got
yeah.
it right. Brilliant, we're keeping the
Fantastic.
masses happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we get
Negative.
something wrong,
Yeah, if we need
we
to
want to
know.
know about
We
it.
want to know.
Negative feedback for us is an opportunity to make
To
something
improve it.
better.
So we know how to fix it.
Yeah, and that's important. So if
Yeah.
you've got a problem with one of our products,
Let us know.
we need to be the first people to know.
Yeah.
Simply because it gives us time to react and make a better product.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as a perfect product. Everything can be tweaked and
Made better.
and
That's
made
it.
better.
I mean, that's why we've come up with the safety helmet,
Yeah.
because
Safety
we had
first.
a few comments
No
about
doubt
Prince
about
Albert. So we're like, okay, let's improve it.
Yeah.
John Williamson, I said last week the Jet Set Willy is absolutely amazing. It's a must buy. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
There's
that.
a lot of effort's gone into that.
It
It's
has.
nice to see. I mean, I love it, but it's nice to see other people confirming that. E-stim Systems, I say nothing. And E-stim Systems also said they'll never release something unless it's on the shelf. Yeah, and there's a massive argument that is 100% the right way to do
go.
it.
Yeah.
And again, I keep saying it, go listen to their podcast, because there's one that's dedicated to the production cycle from concept to getting it on the shelf. And it was riveting for us. We found it really interesting because we're in that cycle.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing that, and we're getting the same pitfalls that they've experienced in the past. So we're learning from them. She's not noticed. Right. For anyone that doesn't know, we do a 5% discount for stream watchers every week. Valid.
And that is what the
So go and do your
Go
shopping.
to your shopping, yeah. So that's going to be live on all 3 Safe channels for 48 hours from this stream.
yeah,
So use it or lose it.
Yeah.
that's it. It's up to
As
you.
far as I'm
It's up
concerned,
to
don't
you.
use it because that's taking money out of our pocket.
Oh, shut up.
But it's here for everyone to use.
Yeah.
It's
a
there
little
as
thank
our way
you.
to say
And that's-
thank you for taking the time of
Absolutely.
watching.
John Williamson, there are plenty of Kickstarter campaigns that have promised stuff and years later not available. Yeah, and the problem with Kickstarter is people lose a lot of money as
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is bad. We generally don't ask money up front for things
No,
because there are
prefer
so
not
many
to.
things that can go wrong. Same as these, we could have done that through a pre-order. I don't like that,
No,
I
too
I never
worried.
like companies that do that because there are so many things that can go wrong in a supply chain, and you're making promises, and if people are paying up front, you're contractually obliged to provide on time what they paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't like doing the pre-order things, which is a pain for us because it means we've got to pay up front.
But we'd rather do that
Yeah,
actually.
Then
And
run
then
the
you
risk.
guys be
Have
out of
them.
pocket.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Like-
run the risk of letting people
Yeah.
down. which
We
is
don't
not
want
good.
to let any of you down.
Is Bob the Builder getting a safety helmet from David? Yeah, he needs one.
He does.
What's for you? Must be very annoying for those who coughed up for the deep only to hear silence. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. it must have
Even
been.
worse, the people that paid up for the initial concept were promised things like being able to program it using the Lua engine. All sorts of amazing features. And when the box eventually comes out, all that stuff isn't there. That's going to be put in at a later date and a firmware update, which,
No.
So they've paid for something that even if it arrives is not going to be what they paid for,
Yeah.
which is not good. Not good at all.
Definitely not.
You lose your name very quickly doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And hopefully we've got a fairly decent name out
Hopefully.
there. Because we try and do
We
the
try.
right thing we
Try
can
and do
do.
your best for
Yeah,
you.
you've got to. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the customers, the
Yeah.
people that watch us, the people
Yeah.
that
People like you.
Yeah.
use our kit.
We wouldn't be sat here.
No, and we're in an honoured position to be here, to be able to do what we love doing because of the support that everyone out there, buying our kit allows us to do this.
Yeah. And the feedback we get from those people.
Yeah, it's
well.
nice. When we design something, we tend to look at a problem that we've had or someone else has had, and then try and come up with something
solution.
to
Yeah.
tackle that. And a lot of our electro designs come from that ethos. Find what's a problem and try and supply a solution.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get it right.
Sometimes
Sometimes we don't. Yeah, it's one of those things. But this stainless steel stuff is exciting because it's a pain in the backside to have an outside agency doing stuff for us because it's expensive and it takes time. But the actual physical quality of the product we're getting is fantastic. So we're well chuffed with that.
Definitely.
The builder, you have an excellent name. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
And Danny
Thank you.
says, and that works two ways. You grow, we buy more. Yeah. Well, you need to buy more because we need to send her to Disneyland. That's our thing.
And we need to buy a new camera.
We do need a camera.
We need a new camera.
Yeah, and talking of electrodes, we still need to get in touch with E-stim Systems and bounce some ideas off each other because we would love to have them make some stuff for us as well.
Yeah,
because it'd be nice to keep stuff in the UK rather than outsourcing abroad. So we need to pull our fingers out and do that. But we know that they are running flat out at the moment.
Yeah.
Keeping these things made.
Yeah.
The triples, which are, if you've not seen them, they are
They're
incredible.
fantastic.
In fact, I might even have a picture here. Look at that.
There, look at
Yeah.
So you've got like
Triples,
three different
three contact
choices
areas,
in one.
and you've got so many different ways of playing.
Yeah.
They are amazing. We were lucky to get a pre-production set. Wow, is all we can say.
Just wow.
They did well with that.
That
And they're suffering now because of how good they are.
That was one time you managed to keep your mouth shut.
Well, I had to. I'd have been told off by everybody.
Yeah.
I always getting told off by someone. But to get told off by multiple people at the same time, that's a bad thing. Some people pay for that, but not me. Yeah, E-stim Systems said it's how we grew and continue to grow. And E-stim Systems going to LA next week. They are going to LA. They're going. They are lucky.
Yeah.
And if they don't come back with a suntan, I want to know why. And I hope that the trade show you're attending goes really, really well for you guys.
Well, that could be why they don't come back with the suntan.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the
probably indoors
trade-in.
all the time.
Yeah, it don't work, does it really?
But yeah, have a brilliant time out there. I hope
Yeah.
it's really good for sales.
Yeah.
It goes really well for you.
Because the stuff that you produce, well, we love it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got a quality all of its own.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's it. That's what we've been doing this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Messing about,
Building
breaking
studios.
things, putting them back together again, breaking them again.
We've also
Putting it back
been
together.
doing videos for our Ko-fi supporters.
We
haven't
We
have.
have, yeah. We've got subscribers.
Yeah.
Check us out. Yeah, and you'll see some names when we log off today because we're going to give them a little thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
for
here.
their support.
It's amazing,
We
to
can't believe it that.
have people subscribing
Yeah.
to us. It's like,
Yeah.
what's that all about? But what we're doing is subscribers are getting early access to things, and they're also getting some behind the scenes videos and photos and all that sort of
As a
stuff.
little thank you.
And a weekly little chat like this, but more intimate. And a bit shorter as well because it's more intimate.
A lot shorter.
And the ability to ask us questions and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
there's
So
plenty.
if you're watching and you're one of our Ko-fi subscribers, rewind.
Wow.
Thank
He
you.
gets tongue
Yeah,
tied,
I know.
but then
Thank
again,
you,
he
it
does
means
all the
so
talking
much.
I've
today.
just no sleep this week. That's the problem.
Now he's
So yeah, that is basically us this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the E-stim Systems said no Disney. Yeah, E-stim Systems are Disney nuts as well.
they are.
Yes,
so that
they
just
are.
Which is
does.
probably why we get on with them. What's for you saying good luck to E-stim Systems, which is great. A good week work. Dreadwack, that's too bad. I just got back from CA, and David Roberts will have to join it. Oh, that'd be nice if you
Thank
did.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, don't feel that you have to.
No.
No,
You know,
no.
we're still producing stuff on YouTube and
Yeah,
all the rest of
but-
it. But it's just nice to have people actually support us that way, which is a bit Feels a bit weird.
It does.
Yeah.
But nice. Weird in a nice way, if
Well,
that makes sense.
It's things like we told them about the safety helmet.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So you
they-
do get to find things
they
out
get-
a little bit.
find out things a little bit
early.
earlier, and they get some behind the scenes pictures and videos and things.
Yeah.
And that's nice. It's nice to be able to share stuff like that.
It is.
It is.
It's nice to be in that position, to be honest.
And I will say that the background behind us is still not quite where we want it
Yes,
to be.
we've got a little bit of
We're
something
working
else
on it.
we want
So
to add.
there's still a bit more to be changed, but it's a lot better. Although I do we both wish it was a bit warmer in here.
Yeah.
'cause somebody came with a thick jumper on today and has got the aircon on.
Yeah,
whack.
they've got thin tops on.
Yeah.
Bing.
And he's got the really thick jumper
Hoodie
on.
on, yeah.
Yeah, well, I
And
need the
he's
aircon on.
usually the one that's super hot anyway. So he's got the aircon on, so we're both freezing.
So if we're still in coats next week and
Yeah.
hats, you know
yeah.
why.
Oh yeah, it's not for YouTube, that's for sure. Thank you very much, John. John said he will when he can in the future, and Danny says the colour's nice. Thank you.
Thank you. We spent hours
We
today
spent hours
trying to pick
messing
colours that
about,
go
'cause
together.
We can do all sorts of silly things.
Oh, here we go.
No,
Here we
no,
go.
We're going to get better
We've got new lights
as
for
we
the background.
learn how to
and
use this stuff.
He's loving it.
So, are you going to do the discount code once more?
Oh, go on, one more time.
Look at that! Whoop, 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 whoop. She's a rosa! How childish and immature. I'm a trier.
Yeah, now you got to try and remember the
There
colour
you
that
see.
it was on.
Check me out. Techno savvy. Got me hoodie on and everything. Look. Aye.
Can't take him
I'm
anywhere.
only 23. I had 2 paper rounds, not in South Beirut. It was a rough upbringing. Yeah, more buttons to press. Danny says colour is life. I said that. A man and his toys.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all I'm saying. I think that is us for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for
And we
tuning
mean
in.
it.
and watching.
And thank you, studio, for actually working.
Thank you. And
Not falling
and
down on
the
us.
internet.
And the internet for working.
We've got big lights and everything, which is great for melting your butter when you make some toast. You know, if your butter's too hard, put it in front of studio lighting for a minute. Trust me, and that's why we need the aircon on.
No, we
No.
don't need it on.
That's my excuse.
No.
We
So,
know your excuse.
I think next week we shall have some safety helmets to show you
Yes.
in the flesh, as it were, but probably not in the flesh because it's YouTube.
Yeah.
Can't show too much
Well,
flesh.
No, but we can show it in the
yeah. So
stainless steel.
they are being dispatched today or tomorrow. So they should be here by the middle of next
We're
week.
literally watching
So
the tracking
They'll
board.
definitely
the
be here by
hawk.
next weekend, so we'll be able to show you something
So
in hand.
we're really excited to see them in
Oh
person.
yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to get the Jet Set Willies back on the shelf as well.
Yeah,
We've got a
definitely.
couple more have gone on the shelf tonight, 49s and 53s. But the smaller sizes have just been we've been
Yeah,
wiped out.
We've been
already.
wiped
just gotta
out.
wait
Yeah.
for them to
But they
arrive.
will be here in this batch. So
Yeah.
watch and shoot. So thank you very much. Hopefully it
was-
worked.
Yeah, but if you've got anything you'd like us to talk to you about next week, please do give us a shout.
Oh,
It really
there you go. I've got a
helps.
chat button for that. Hey, check me out. And I got another chat button. Chat button, check that out.
What's that one then?
That's, if you got any ideas, and it's misspelt because I did it. Any ideas? If you have got any ideas of things we can cover in these streams, leave a comment down below.
And we can add them
Yeah.
to our
Yeah.
Please
idea
do,
board.
because we do need ideas.
We do.
We do.
So yeah, thank you from the bottom of our hearts
We really
Yeah.
mean
for
that.
tuning in, supporting us in everything that we do.
Yeah, we do really appreciate that.
It means a lot. So we will see you next week.
We'll see you
and
next
we'll
week.
try and be on time next week.
Yeah.
I said try.
Try.
We made it, which is unusual for
Yeah?
us.
Yeah,
So-
and we didn't cut off.
We are going to be on time next week.
Yeah.
If we're not on time, we might increase the discount code.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's going to put me under a bit of pressure trying to do that on the fly. Right, catch you later. See you next week. Be
Bye.
safe. Have
Bye.
fun. Bye.